The midnight chime has faded, yet the night endures. Restless hearts long for an understanding that should be ours. In the freest place of Raguna, I await your arrival. This should be the place Capello mentioned in his invitation.
With this invitation, I wish to personally thank you for all you have done for the Montelli family, and to amend the slight misstep in your reception. In the name of the Montellis, I shall honor my allies as I do my own kin and blood. In the freest place of Raguna, I await your...
I knew it. Another invitation. That's kind of their signature, huh? Oh yeah, the big boss of the vault, and I bet he's got something good planned. Ugh. I've been feeling pretty weird lately. My head's all wobbly. All right. Anyway, I'll leave this to you then. Oh, but hey, if you ever need my help, just give me a shout, okay?
Locate me so precisely and deliver the invitation right into my hands. This Capello Montelli knows what he's doing.
Forgive me for not meeting you properly until now. Guest from the Black Shores, laureate of the Carnival, savior and friend of the Montellis. Your presence is an honor. Allow me to formally introduce myself. I am Capello Montelli.
Given Capello's stature, a private meeting at this hour. Is it really just about gratitude?
Without you, the traitors wouldn't have been captured, and I freed from their hands. While Carlotta has expressed our family's gratitude, but unfortunately the traitors had little to offer, and the one behind them is still in the shadows. Unnerving, isn't it? That does narrow down the possibility. Things aren't as bright for the Montellis as they may seem. The Order, Physalia, the traitors we captured were a warning, but also a reminder, especially with you, just as Carlotta did. Now that you mention it, let me be clear. Carlotta is dear to me, and nothing will, but she's from the lesser branch of the family. Tradition says I, the rightful heir, should manage dealings with the Black Shores, not her. Restoring order and benefiting the family as I intended, that's what I meant in the letter by amending a slight. The leader of the Black Shores must have sent you here with a purpose. Tell me, and I will offer you support far beyond what Carlotta could provide. The choice is yours, of course. But as the family heir, I will not see my authority undermined, even by those I consider allies. So if you can't stand by my side, I prefer you stay out of the Montelli's affairs. Otherwise, believe me, you won't want to find yourself at odds with us, no matter how strong you are. You're welcome to remain an observer from the sidelines, but once you join the table, you play by the rules.
Well said. But the rules are not set in stone, are they? What matter of intrigue brought you and Rover together at this hour, Uncle? A table? Are we speaking of a splendid card game, then?
Your timing is most unfortunate. Our little chat just finished.
Pity. I didn't think you'd pull him aside for a private word, especially after all Rover and I have been through together. But since you've finished, would you excuse us now?
Carlotta, you stay. I have more to discuss with you.
Meet me at the rendezvous. Beware the ice.
A gun is a powerful tool, but only in the hands of the worthy.
I understand, Uncle. I've never forgotten where my privileges come from, nor will I covet what's not mine. The Black Shores, the Carnival. My sole principle is whether they benefit the Montellis. I will execute any command that strengthens the family, and crush any threats to our standing.
Very well. Keep your words in mind.
Uncle, about Bennett, have you heard?
That family thief stealing from the vault. Why? Are you suggesting I failed my duties?
Not at all. I just happened to overhear someone talking about it in passing.
I'm more entangled in the Montelli family's schemes than I ever realized. When I went after the traitors, Carlotta warned me about eyes, so she probably wants me to avoid unnecessary attention. Not sure why, but staying under the radar is never a bad idea. Carlotta's not here yet. Guess I have to wait.
Might I trouble you for a light, young man? Oh well, a cigar without smoke. My granddaughter told me Raguna's rain is a bad omen. Can't argue with that now, can I?
You've been looking at this painting for a while. Anything special about it?
Oh, Did it capture your interest as well? Or are you simply passing the time until the rain ends? Then it seems you'll have to put up with me for a while. The Montelli family prides themselves on their eclectic taste in art. Any style by any artist can find its home within their quarter. Art knows no boundaries of time, place, or the mind. They say in art, what do you make of this piece? You have keener eyes. I share the same view, except that I'm somehow saddened by the path perhaps chosen by the artist. Now is not the time to cling to existing balance, but to embrace.
Glory in Decay. The Impressionist Pizzoli's latest piece. Didn't know you had such refined taste. I dodged those pesky eyes the whole way here, worried you'd been kept waiting too long. But it seems you've kept yourself entertained. So, the old gentleman was simply hiding from the rain, was he? I see. The Montelli Quarter does attract art enthusiasts. When it rains in Ragusa, surprises are as common as puddles. A delay is only a small... Calling you here with little explanation and a word of caution. I can only imagine your confusion. The shark in our midst has finally made its move. Recently, several of our partners claimed to have found a superior cellar and ended their dealings with us. Meanwhile, Bennett, our vault keeper, was reported to have embezzled and sold vault assets. It's said that he tried to flee, but was killed by tacit discords outside the city. I'm not so sure. I've worked with Bennett before. He was principled, bold, but not reckless. Not one to easily betray. And the night he died, he sent a photo to my terminal. A blood-stained page of an anthology, marked with 3 phrases. Thy eyes guide my course in the tempest. When 40 winters siege thy beauty, and the planet turns right, twice and a half. The meaning is yet to be revealed, but he is clearly conveying a message. All evidence points to Bennett being the key to uncovering the shark lurking in our waters. The Montelli family is a symbol of liberation for Ragusa. We uphold freedom and equality for all. Our vault is the heart of our family. And if it is corrupted, it threatens not only us, but risks plunging the city back into oppression and isolation. As much as I hate to suspect family members, I cannot rule any of them out. You, however, are different. As an outsider who has aided us in capturing the initial traitors, I hope to not be proven wrong, but I feel that I can trust you. My uncle's words were clear. Only those at the table can play the game. To engage with my family, one must have both standing and purpose. So, I offer you a new identity in our upcoming inquiry. Cat's Eye, a provisional member under my patronage. If you wish to join, you must undertake the final assessment and pledge your loyalty to the Montellis. When it comes to family matters, we like to use code names, each tied to a unique token. Mine, for example, is Opal. Opal recommended Cat's Eye. It has a ring to it, don't you think? Also, have you looked closely at your own eyes? They share the same luster as Cat's Eye gems. Now, Cat's Eye, will you stand with me to catch the traitor within our family and avert this looming threat?
I understand decorum is important to the Montellis, but among friends, can't we be a bit more informal?
What made you say that? You're curious who I am beyond my role, is that it? I just might entertain that thought. But for now, my agents just sent me the address of Bennett's residence. While his body has been found, what he left behind is still out there.
All paths converge. Forgive me.
It seems someone has acted faster. Those two, they're my uncle's agents, Sage and Acorn. Yes, we address each other by code names, handy identifiers in a crowd. I'll keep you updated on the family members' code names we encounter, along with any other details you might need. Seems like they are looking for something as well. It's only natural my uncle wishes to retrieve the lost items, but my presence might raise a few eyebrows. Yes, you try and loosen their lips. If memory serves, they are senior members, having served under my uncle for years. Regulars at margaritas. Talk business with merchants and wine with drinkers. Engage their interests, and their words will flow like...
Hey, that's you they're calling.
No, that's both of us. But I don't recognize this person.
Neither do I. Listen up.
Okay, you got the names right. Must be family. Who are you? Cat's Eye. Doesn't ring a bell. Probably one of those new recruits after the carnival.
So, what do you need? We are just about to wrap up and grab a bite at Margarita's. Still got a lot on our plate today.
Say, I've heard whispers of your skills. Seeing you here, it's clear you're on an important mission, aren't you? I haven't faced a true challenge since I got here. Would you accept my help? I'm sure I'd learn a thing or two.
Easy. We've just finished up, so nothing more to help with. But here's something I can tell you. Someone tried to steal from the vault recently. No, not yet. We've looked everywhere, but found nothing.
But to be honest, I doubt we'll ever find them. The thief has probably sold everything off by now. We are short on manpower. That's a needle in a haystack, if you ask me. Well, our boss is the Padrino's son. He has his methods. Our job is to follow orders, not to ask questions. Just do what we're told and do it well.
That's right. If you spot anything unusual, keep an eye on it. Could be your big break. With a bit more time, I think you'll do just fine.
So they found nothing, but assumed Uncle wasn't concerned. That makes no sense. Everything that happened recently ties back to the vault. If Uncle wished to protect his position, curiously, Bennett was last sighted in the vicinity of Liberty Square, where you met Uncle. Last night, I was investigating the area before I happened to, but when I brought this up with him afterwards, he didn't seem privy to. As for my search of Bennett's home, nothing of note turned up. I found no spoils, not even the faintest trace of them being stored or moved. I also asked around about Bennett after our previous collaboration. He was ambitious, but never greedy. The Montelli family is ever generous with wealth and opportunities, welcoming all who aspire to make their mark in Ragusa. For now, more evidence is required. The entire matter might need to be approached from a different angle. Shh! Hold still. See that man over there, the one that looks like a grey dove? After him. Nowhere to run. Now it's time for a proper chat.
These old creaky bone. Did I offend you? Or are you just chasing down every passing soul? Never.
No one knows the family's ways better than its members, even though... Right, old Duncan?
I must admit, you have an annoying... It's remarkable that someone of your...
I will never forget that stormy night.
Sadly, I've no desire to be remembered. There were moments of joy, but they cannot make up for my loss. Now,
Why go back to what you claim to have left in the past?
You were standing across from Bennett's doorway, and your clothes are still damp from the rain. You weren't simply passing by, you were watching.
I don't know. To grieve for my last friend in the family? To blame him? Or to figure out how this fool ended up in such a mess? I tried to persuade him to leave with me, but failed. We either play to win. Every Montelli has a chance at their desires. But what's the price? Now, his ambition and greed have cost him everything.
Most people find acceptance easier than change, as change demands the bravery to face uncertainty. No great endeavor is without its so yes, if the Montellis are, the family exists to withstand what an individual can. But within the family, each Montelli still enjoyed. If you're willing, there is still much to be done for Bennett. His terminal, the alleged stolen goods, everything but his body remains missing. Given your familiarity, you might help us in locating these items.
In that case, you might want to speak to Scarlet Velvet. The leader of a network of commoners seeking freedom in Raguna. They had close ties with Bennett, and that said, with their recent fallout with the family...
We have little choice but to try. Now, let's go. Onwards. Onwards. As far as the eye can see. This is the place. She may not be here, but in Raguna's market, among traders, there's a secret. A base of bitter almond and mint, for instance, usually signals danger and death. But yes. This area is a set with the ongoing feud between Scarlet Velvet and the Montelli, so all that remains is to order the right drink. Watch.
Greetings. What will it be today?
A scarlet velvet ribbon, please.
Scarlet velvet. An uncommon choice. Perhaps the one you seek is waiting
Kirsch. Blood orange gin.
The key to with that in mind, the same drink or even the same object. Sounds like you've been out. Do you know when the bartender started his shift?
Let me see. I got here quite early.
Thank you.
The wild desires but this amber drink. No, leave me be. The void. The Montelli, Phasalia, the Order, the Commoners. Without these names, what sets us apart?
Let's go.
Oh, there you are. I noticed you as soon as you walked in. Don't get me wrong, I've only... that swagger and flair. I know I'm not the one you came for, but how about you let me prove how reliable I can be for your family? Go on. If you're talking about Bennett Montelli, but one of his greatest moments was recovering a lost shipment with the family.
Impressive. 3 days from now, at this hour, return here and...
Anything else I can get you? Or is there a problem?
As expected from a Scarlet Velvet informant, you are smart. You mix every drink and pass every code. You might not understand. So this Scarlet Velvet ribbon...
Well, It finds its way back to me at last. Contact has been made, and by the rules, a conversation should follow. But Scarlet Velvet has decided there will be no further dealings with them. The partnership is broken, and whatever bond you had is all but gone. If you do meet up, Lady Carlotta, aren't you afraid things might turn ugly?
It's rumored that Scarlet Velvet's decision to end our partnership has something to do with a vault keeper named Bennett.
Surely you don't believe that nonsense?
Then what is the truth? Bennett was recently found dead in the wild.
Wait, Bennett is dead? That complicates things, I'm afraid. I'm not sure if trusting Montelli is a wise choice, but in memory, go to Whisperwind Haven after dusk.
Soar against the winds. Onwards. I shall lead the way. Take form.
Tear them to pieces. My field of expertise. Time to wrap it up.
Moment of awakening. I shall lead the way. Take form.
My field of expertise.
Together we fight. Fluorescent shadows. Sacred light.
Tear them to pieces. Crush them. Zapstring. It's our curtain call.
Take form. Thus it ends. Oh, stars, heed my calling. Soar against the winds. Onwards. I shall lead the way.
Embrace the tear them to pieces. Zapstring, the stage is yours.
One, bask in starlight. Sacred light. Insolence, take form. Fluorescent shadows.
Terminals are divine artifacts from the Sentinel. Brought what you possessed were nothing but privately made replicas, existing.
We never stopped asking the Order for permission to wear the terminals, but every single you've controlled the terminal supply, and the family stopped trading with us. These are all we ever.
I can sense your fervent desire for the artifacts, if you willingly part with your wealth in devotion to the Order's divine cause, but should you persist in your defiance,
The Order and the commoners. The Order's arrogance is known, but let's first address their troubles.
Still recognize me? Surrender. You will yield. Running won't save me.
The Montelli's second daughter. And this, must I remind you again? Trading reserved terminals is a breach of the discipline.
We paid good money for these. If you're
Yet the very traders who took your money have seen the error of their ways. How sad, Miss Carlotta. Such.
Oh, please. My ties with the family. The fact that we're having this conversation at all means that you cannot. The Sentinel and the Primus have declared free trade as our undeniable. You preach the doctrine, yet fail to adhere.
Mark my words. The day Montelli is brought to its knees by the Order and Phasalia will be the day you beg for. When that day comes, all shall be under the.
Ernesto, the bartender, said, "You may have just offended us, but you heard it. Your family has left us in a mess." But since Ernesto said it's about Bennett, I'll give you a minute, for his sake. Speak quickly. Regardless of the bigger picture, your side ended the deal. And it's not just the terminals. No more jewellery, perfume, not to mention I haven't seen him on telly for... Where were you when we were fighting against the Order and the Phasalias?
There was a slight issue of a traitor in the vault. So our hands, a direct approach works best at times. Actually, what that acolyte, the Montelli creed has always been family first and a pioneer.
With your grandfather, maybe. But he won't be around forever. When Capello takes the helm, the real question is whether we can get our trade back on track. Can your family still be trusted? What I need is a solid... One thing's for sure. I don't want to see the family who first broke the monopoly to trade with us common.
I'll speak with my uncle and grandfather to see what happened with our
You know what? This is about... So, Ernesto told me Bennett's got... Good judgment there. The rumours are nonsense. Fencing stolen goods. Nothing shady, okay? He knew his stuff. For him, it was always business first, friendship second. When he was running late, he'd stay up at that hill sometimes. Come to think of it, he did stay there for a while the last time we saw him. Asked us to stash something too.
Seems Bennett may have anticipated the trouble ahead. I wonder if you might show us to the shelter.
There's an entrance along the coast. Goes straight...
Be swift. soar against the winds. Watch out.
Take form. Oh, stars, heed my calling. I shall lead the way.
Tear them to pieces. I've had enough. Get lost.
Take form.
You can tell someone was here. Look at the mess. Perhaps Bennett deliberately... We'll each use our senses to search. Something is strange here.
These items aren't exactly rare, but they're not everyday objects either.
Indeed. But what I find strange is... Do you recall those 3 lines from the anthology? Thy eyes guide my course in the tempest. The woman in the painting, like the secret code in drinks. What matters is never now the book. It appears to be about winter. The last one is a rotor device. MLCL 1904. Of course it is. Bennett was a vault keeper. 4 letters. The highest clearance level in the vault. Hold on.
Carlotta? He asked me to keep an eye out for Bennett's terminal. Well, I found it. That's for me to know and you to wonder. But it was not in good shape after what it went through. If you can use it at all, the data and the records inside might need to be recovered.
Understood. I'll have someone pick it up for restoration.
Wait, what now? What, you're not even gonna check? Oh no, it's nothing really. I'm just worried it might be too...
All right. We'll inform you when there's more to share. We're returning to the Montelli quarter first. The terminal will be fixed there. You might not know this, but Bennett was never granted the highest clearance in the vault.
Isn't that a good sign? It means Bennett might not be guilty after all.
But it's replaced by another suspicion. One only grandfather, uncle, and I have the highest clearance. Liberty Square, our proximity, the vault's security clearance, a traitor among the top brass, the indifference towards the stolen as someone all evidence points to. Were I to entertain it, but if it was truly him, the heir to our family, who betrayed us, now all that remains is to see what the code reveals. It might clear our doubts.
I'll be with you no matter what. So, let's see where this leads.